And welcome back to Fanworks Fridays, where today we're going to be reading some Code Lyoko fanfiction from the mother of all fanfiction websites, fanfiction.net, which surprises me that Code Lyoko, even 10 plus years after its final episode, is like number 13 or something on the list of total fanfictions, which granted, people could delete fanfictions all the time and things like that could change around, but the fact that it just barely ranks under Steven Universe, which I feel like is something that has like a high fanfiction popularity, is surprising. But Avatar The Last Airbender is still number one with 42.2 thousand. Crazy. But anyways, let's jump in to some Code Lyoko fanfiction. Alright, so we're gonna apply some filters, and pretty much the only filter that we're going to apply is we don't really need time range or genre. It needs to be complete. Let's try for less than 5,000 words for now. We'll see where we get after that. Still 2.4. That's crazy. Let's apply it. A lot of really short ones. You know what? Let's go for some of these really short ones, because some of the times those can be the gold right there. Oh, look at here. Disclaimer, I claim no ownership over Code Lyoko, nor am I profiting from this. Pairings. Jen. I don't know who Jen is. But that shit better get off my website. Warnings, none. Word count, 100. Alright. Tastes like cream. Let's see what you got. Aelita sniffles and shivers despite the scarves and blankets draped around her neck and shoulders. Jeremy checks the thermometer again and sighs. A cold will be manageable in their dorms. A stomach bug would even be manageable. A fever will require taking her down to the infirmary and dodging her questions regarding germs, medicine, and viruses. I don't have to feel like this forever, right? Aelita wraps her scarves and blankets tighter. I know you can fix this. Jeremy smiles, despite her discomfort. I guess we should have prepared you a little better for the human world, huh? I feel prepared. This feels like an interaction that would happen in a sitcom. Like, literally, that is a laugh track line. Jeremy smiles despite her discomfort. I guess we should have prepared you a little better for the human world, huh? That's like if Code Lyoko was just like a sitcom. And I'm okay with that. Alright, so that was Preparation by Tastes Like Cream. In case any of you wanted to read it for yourself. Though I think I already took care of that. Alright, let's go to Surrender. So now we have Surrender by Toppy X3. That's when sudden realization kicked in and his legs began to move. If he was going to die, he wasn't going down without a fight. One shot. Rated T for gore. Hey guys, this is just a quick one shot I was able to come up with during writer's block, so yeah. This is sad since it involves a character death. Money is on Ulrich. Read at your own risk. Oh yeah, review please. He should have been running, yet he stood there, not moving an inch. It was like he had forgotten all sense of life around him, even his own. He was staring down the Xanafied wolf pack Jeremy had warned him of, and they were closing in, ready to kill. Whoop! That's when sudden realization hit him, and his legs began to move. If he was to die, he wasn't gonna go down without a fight. No matter how fast he had run, the wolves were faster, and he could barely avoid being bit. Suddenly, the running and growling of wolves had stopped. Turning to look around at the wolves and finding them gone, he panicked. Not knowing where his attackers were next, he ran towards the place he knew he would be safe, the factory. Upon arriving to the factory, his hopes were crushed as he was pounced from behind by a silver wolf and having its claws ripping into his skin, drawing instant blood. Which I guess is different from regular blood, and that it's instant. He let out a yell of pain before trying to push the wolf off of him. No luck. The wolf dug its claws deeper into his skin, while the other wolves surrounded him. This is it, he thought. You're going to die. He gave pushing the wolf off one last try, but again failed. He was too weak, but he wasn't giving in. Not now, not ever, was he giving in to Xana. Feeling the wolf's claws leave his skin, he pushed it away, along with the other wolves, and got up, instantly breaking into a sprint. Tears ran down his cheeks as he thought of never seeing his friends again. He kept pushing on, ignoring the burning pain in his back. He could care less if the wolves could smell where he was. Shouldn't care less. That's like a big problem right now. That's why he's dying. But I digress. He was determined to try to make it to his friends. After all, he had to see her again. If he died, she would be lost. He couldn't let her be lost. He was the only so-called family she had left. He couldn't leave Aelita like that. The growling was getting closer, along with the sound of running wolves. He was weak, tired, and slowly running out of breath. He stopped running, trying to catch his breath. He was again pounced from behind, this time a huge white wolf. It pressed its claws into his arms, scratching at the skin, leaving bloody marks. He flinched in pain. He was pinned, helpless. His phone began ringing before being stepped on by one of the 5 wolves. 5 wolves, shattering into pieces. Wow, that wolf really worked on leg day. He let the tears flow as the silver wolf now stood above his face, snarling. It stopped snarling as the other wolves surrounded him once again. The silver wolf let out a howl before bring its claws out to rest on his neck. Breathing was unsteady, feeling the wolf's claws slowly puncture the skin on his neck. You're done. You're going to die, Odd. I mean, granted, that makes sense because Odd was there with him in the wilderness episode where they dealt with the wolves. But I don't know, I just surprised it's Odd. Figured it'd be Ulrich. He's like the perfect tragic hero. He thought of before feeling the rapid motion of the wolves. Paw slit his throat. Slowly, his breathing ceased, and the wolves padded away from him, leaving his dying form. He laid there as everything slowly faded to black, and his rugged breathing stopped. Wow, I actually didn't expect it to be ended that way. I had another plan, but I couldn't make it fit. Anyways, review, please. 3. How could you not expect it to end that way? You wrote it. You wrote it, Toppy X3. But I digress. So, it's just an alternate ending to one of the episodes. But you know what? Doing it for you, Toppy. Doing it for you. And there we go. We reviewed. Because we're polite. Alright, so that was Surrender by Toppy X3. Had some problems. feel like you should have mentioned that it was odd before, but I guess you're technically supposed to like read that while you're like watching the series. I imagine that was written around that time. So I'll take the blame for that one for not knowing it was odd. But also, screw you, because odd is my favorite. But also not really, because I liked it. For the most part. Really miss Odd, though. I'm sad he died. Let's read another really short one. I think I saw a couple right here at the top. The Nightmare. So, we're going to read The Nightmare by Marie186. And here we go. Wait. Alita finally came to Earth, but the nights are not as good as she thinks. 1 a.m. Cadec Academy rooms. Jeremy Belpoise's room. I was in my computer, trying to find Aelita's antivirus. Today she had definitely come to Earth, and I'm afraid something happens with her. For a few minutes the whole school was silent, until I heard a scream from the upstairs rooms. I got up from the chair and went up there. The cry came from Aelita's room. Jim had come too, and had sent me away from her. She was very scared. I know her very well, and I knew that only I could calm her down. Very, very presumptuous, Jeremy. So I did not obey Jim and hug Aelita. So she knew I was safe and that I was there. Jim must have realized that she had calmed down, and then she let me stay with her. That is not canon. That is OC. That is an OC Jim Morales. I don't approve. What's it? I asked quietly. I had a dream. Bad. You want to tell me what you dreamed? There was an elf in the woods. Suddenly, wolves came to attack him, and he hid in a tree. One of the wolves found him, and... She stopped talking. And... Then I woke up, she began to cry. Hey, Aelita, princess! Why'd Jeremy turn into, like, the Legend of Zelda cartoon Link there for a second? Well, excuse me, princess. She looked at me, her eyes a little red and watering. I hugged her harder, and she stopped crying in a few minutes. It was just a dream, okay? This is not going to happen, I'm sure. You need not be afraid. She calmed down and fell asleep in my embrace. I laid it down carefully and covered it. Wow. Wow, okay. Didn't realize, we're calling Aelita an it now. Makes her seem like a thing. I gave her a delicate kiss on the forehead and went to my room to try to find her antivirus. The end. Nah. And all right, that was the first Fanworks Friday where we read fanfiction. And as expected, it was a mixed bag. I'm sure there's a lot more eloquent works deeper in there, but we just didn't have time for those today. But maybe a couple weeks from now when we jump into fanfiction again, of course we're going to be jumping onto a different site because different sites have different standards. I hope you all enjoyed traveling into the world of fanfiction with me, of Code Lyoko fanfiction at that. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day/night, and I want to thank you for watching. And remember, every video is a party, and you're invited to the next one. Thank you.